Terrence, you guys do the mission this morning? No? It was at like 9, and apparently they completed it. Yeah. I was expecting to see like at least one.
Joel. Oh, I don't know. It's something separate.
No, I just got you now.
Oh, is it? I think I remember them saying that. Joel might be doing that this morning, so.
You should be good. I'll
Okay, thanks.
I build it?
Yep. We're there right now. I'm just gonna run upstairs.
So we have one logo and like 7 analysts.
It's like headphones.
No, it was because they were so big. They were these huge birds, and they didn't have credit.
Yeah.
They weren't afraid of us. That's why I thought they would come. Yeah. And so what we do is we would sail over and kill them. Alright. The meat and that is just disgusting.
Jake, could you go in my bag and grab the controller? Platform.
Yeah.
Okay, which pocket? Front. Not the very front. It's like the middle one, I guess. Yeah, that one. Just that way. I can. Yeah. Shut up, Ethan. Well, like you get full. Yeah. Yeah, that's something. I haven't did that yet. Drop it.
I'm kind of
There's 2 hours ago, everything was broken. An hour later, it's fixed.
I was kicking it.
I tried to I think it may have been right here.
Well, you can jump to the partner, like, way more, but no.
Whoa.
Tights all day.
My life right there.
Yeah, of course.
Some empty. How much? Yeah, it's ready for the jam starting today, right? So that way 11 of time.
Raleigh.
Yeah.
I'm Stand up for 2 seconds. Do you still make what is
Oh,
this?
I will sit right here then.
Okay.
I realized it's over there. I'm pretty sure they don't even choke. I mean, I do that. I did first.
Yeah, so you built the wall, right? All right, make sure you sign in like usual. Make sure you grab an agenda. So this week is going to be an interesting week because now you're going to have all the students that you've had so far in your projects are going to be wrapping up this week. And then starting next week, you're going to have a whole new slew of online students coming in from 281. So these are kind of new to this process, whereas the last ones you just had now were 41 and they had been in the process last semester. So there's been a lot of onboarding. So leads, get ready, and then make sure you've got people who can kind of coordinate with them. I think Lynn said we got like 30 students or something coming in and online. That's a lot. So make sure today that you've got things set up, an Axos off, that you've got things set up as far as user stories and tasks that you can hand out to these people, as far as kind of planning ahead and knowing who's going to be their contact. Because again, the biggest issue we're having with online students is communication. So they have a hard time understanding what's going on if they don't hear from you because they're just basically sitting in their bedroom, right, or a library. They don't get this cool atmosphere, so they don't know that all of you are here. They do know a little bit from the video that we do, but that's about it. So yeah, anybody have any concerns or questions right now? Bringing the students on or wrapping it up with these current students? I think Lynn should be sending some more information to you guys about that. Just again, be conscious about it and work on it today as a priority of making sure that there's a good transition between all of that. Otherwise, this weekend is Trinity Global Game Jam, or Trinity Jam, Game Jam. So if you guys want, again, all more information, talk to Ben. Otherwise, you said it starts at 6 tonight?
Yes.
So right here, I imagine. Yeah, at 6 o'clock. Cool. And go all weekend. There's some cool prizes, some cool opportunities, and sponsor, which is very cool. So yeah, so if you guys want to jam, that's an opportunity. Let's see what else. Again, make sure you're doing your assignments, especially discussions and everything else. What's that?
It's all the UAT game stuff is incognito, so it's throwing us off.
Yeah, because we can't go into our drive in the incognito.
What? Use a different browser. There's like 2 other browsers. Anyway, so do that. Again, I'm not complaining. It's less work for me just to put zeros in, but it's not for you later on when your grades are not good, or it's hard for me later on if I feel like letting you be late with. I think that's kind of it right now. I think everything is going pretty well with everybody. I did talk last time with the leads a bit about kind of the Scrum process and some of the things that were on my mind. We'll talk a bit more about that today. Just a quick question: who in here is reading the Team of Teams book for the class? Yeah, cool. Does anybody want to share something about the last chapter? Because I know it was pretty relevant. All of you said that it was something that you felt like really applied to what you're doing. Terrence? Terrence had a really good response, so I wanted him to share it. was the next one?
That was last.
Yeah, the butterfly effect was before that. This is the one about. Does anybody remember?
Expect the unexpected.
Yeah. So how does that work with what we're doing here? And this kind of a setting.
Prepare for failure and get ready to move around it.
Okay.
Past it.
In what sense? I mean,
You know people are gonna mess up or something's gonna set you back, and just go ahead and move past it.
so don't we want to set up for efficiency so we can get stuff just chuck going along and take care of it? And, yeah. So how do we deal with that kind of stuff?
Gotta stay fluid.
Yeah.
You don't want people like set doing one thing. You want them to be like designers have to be kind of like skilled a little bit art and programming, just in case like if the programmers are doing one thing, the designers can move around, be fluid around the problem.
So we want to be able to iterate as we go. Anybody else have any comments on that? There's a bunch of hands over here that read the chapter. No? Well, the point is, so again, we do these in smaller sprints. So you've got every week kind of sitting and talking with each other about where you're going, what you're doing. And the part of that, the reason why we do it in such small chunks is because then you can kind of iterate, you can kind of change things. How many teams here have scrapped code or art or design? Come on, I know there's way more people, more groups in here have done that. All right, so could you imagine if you would have had a huge document at the beginning of the design doc, like anybody who's in the documentation course before, imagine having that giant design doc and then just doing nothing but following that straight through. Would that work? Ben laugh. No, it's shaking heads, right? So again, think about every week, what has changed? Why has it changed? Talk to your testing students who are in the Game 175 students, because we're doing, talking a lot about regression testing. Anybody heard of regression testing? Things like that, right? So regression testing is basically testing to make sure that everything you had before still works, even though you've implemented something new. Because you can easily imagine if you implement something new that the stuff that you had before that worked really well doesn't work anymore. Right? So you want to make sure it keeps doing that. Has anybody integrated automated testing into their build so far? Their games? Nobody? Okay.
Nobody got time for that.
You don't have time for that?
That's like crazy. That's a
Okay.
lot of work.
Okay. Making games is a lot of work.
Yeah, I understand that, but we only have like 10 hours a week.
I know, I get it. I'm just coming up with, because I want to figure out how we can optimize the time that you guys have so you have easy, small wins all the time.
If this was like a full-time thing, absolutely. That's a great idea.
Like 7 days a week,
Exactly.
12-hour days. What you guys are ready for? Industry, 12-hour days, 7 days a week. Yeah, I agree. So maybe sometimes we need to reevaluate the scope, right, of the projects or the tasks that you're doing, or who's working on what. Think about that too. Sometimes it doesn't need to be a silo of, oh, here this person's just focusing on that, this person's just focusing on that, but create little teams within your groups to tackle things and get them done. Just some things to think about. Again, I'll talk a bit more with the leads about it today, but I know you guys are smart. You guys like to think, you guys like to problem solve. So this is a great opportunity for you to also do that. I'm excited to see what you guys have. So how are we doing? Almost there?
Yeah, well, now that Grey War is done, downloaded the like 1.6 gigs of build.
It's all just test code, right?
Go to your level, by the way.
Automated test code.
Mine's the best one.
Cool. Anybody else have any other comments? How things going?
Oh, crap.
We're about what, a third of the way through? You guys feel like you're a third of the way through your scope? Yeah, somewhat. You had chances to iterate on this process. What you guys?
Not really.
Do you have a build?
We did. Guess what? Not some bucket list though.
Nice. Bug or feature?
Could be a feature. It's kind of terrifying.
Cool. Well, so I don't really have much more to say. I mean, I have tons to say, but I'll stop right here and I'll let Joel come up. So you guys probably maybe know this fella.
He's scary, right? So Walter. So, hello everyone. Nice to snatch your attention real quick here. So, if you don't already know, Joel Walton, I work in career substance. Thank you, Ben. So,
Yeah, career service.
right. Yes.
Good, Joel.
Right? It's not a big deal. Take a left at the top of the left, top of the stairway. It's a cool place to hang out. The coolest place in the building. But yeah, no, it's actually kind of warm in my area. Anyway,
There's food there. I thought sometimes you have food.
Sometimes. No, I don't eat in the office area. Don't eat in your computers. I eat sometimes. I have a bagel there right now, actually.
You too.
But other than my fun and my food, I want to give you guys an update. But I have a question for you guys first. Real quick, who wants to try to tell me when our next career fair is? Anybody want to guess? Anybody know?
Too soon.
But
Toward the end of October. So the end of this month. Like, I think it's like the 23rd or something.
okay, it was really close. Really close. Wait, let's see. I don't think anybody heard that. There could be any answer out there. So I also want to try one last person. Well, I guess we can give you a prize. There'll be one later. Not as close as
You really didn't hear
this is
that.
fun. Hey, that's all right. No, it's good. Throw some other people off. Now they have to really let's try one more time.
The 22nd.
It is the 22nd. Sweet. I have a T-shirt upstairs with your name on it. It actually doesn't have your name on it. It has UAT's name, but if you want it.
What about that bagel?
All right.
Can you get that bagel?
That bagel's a nice deal. If you guys want some of that bagel, good luck. I'm gonna try and knock through that sucker all afternoon. But yeah, so October 22nd. Actually 2 weeks from yesterday. It's gonna be a Thursday, 3 to 5 p.m. So we actually this time we shortened it down since I've been here in the past, the last 4 to 5 years. We've done the career fair no shorter than 3 hours. A lot of feedback we got from the companies that wanted to speak with you is that it made more sense to have a shorter time frame. What that does mean for you guys, though, is going to be vitally important for you guys to be ready before the start of the career fair. 2 reasons. One, even though I tell companies this every time, whether they're new or repeat offenders, they always come a little bit earlier than they're supposed to. And I don't know why. And I really wish sometimes we could stick to the plan so Joel doesn't get nervous. But I'm saying it's better for you guys to be here earlier. But the second reason is more important than my own concerns. The second reason is that we're going to have pictures being taken professionally from our marketing department that you guys can then use for your LinkedIn profile. So if you come in at 1 o'clock that same day, Thursday the 22nd, you'll be able, since you're already dressed to impress, right? Because it is business professional attire. So not saying that you become tuxedos. That would be interesting. Don't do it. But yeah, let's say the best thing to have if you have a suit, I would say at the very least you have a tie, button-down shirt, dress pants, or blouse. Something that's nice, something that's not to distract away from you talking about the skills that you have that are marketable. So again, pictures will be taken that day at 1 o'clock. So it's better if you want those pictures, and they're going to try and give those pictures to you, or at least give you the file for you to take that picture later on. So maybe not that same day, but you can upload it to your and change whatever LinkedIn image you guys have. Because I'm assuming everybody in here has a LinkedIn. Quick show of hands. Who in here has a LinkedIn profile? Yeah, raise them high. Proud. Yeah. I'm gonna pan the room. And I make sound effects, kind of like the guy from the Emperor's New Groove. I don't know why. Sweet. I only saw maybe one hand. That's okay. Any of you guys that didn't raise your hand, if you like help, please. I know I'm weird. I don't bite literally. Please talk to me. I'm happy to help. LinkedIn, we're talking soapbox. I get a little excited, right? Some of you guys know I get a little excited about LinkedIn. So I'd like to help.
What's LinkedIn?
Dang it, Ben. Keep it simple, Joel. Take Twitter feed.
Oh, that's the thing where you can only send like 120 characters.
They changed it.
Oh, it's where you can only take a picture and it disappears.
You're making me crazy.
Like,
we can compare it to another social media platform.
oh, it's for presenting, like when you like click your presentations.
Get out! Take it, man. It's trying to be crazy. No, it's not Prezi, Pinterest, or Instagram. Is that what I heard? Kind of Twitter. None of those things that are not as important. LinkedIn is like a professional Facebook. That's the best way, really, for me to quickly say. I probably speak like an asterisk next to that. But essentially, for you guys, is a chance for you to, one, stay in touch with people in this room you're working with right now, because as you're working with Ben, this moment, this is actually networking. It probably sounds kind of weird, right? It's like, oh, I want to network with people that can give me a job. Believe it or not, in the future, everyone you're sitting next to, depending on where they go and how soon they get there, these people could be those people that help you get a job in industry. So if you have that mindset, starting that web right now is rather important. Since many of you already raised your hands, I hope that you all connect with each other, right? You guys are all, let's call it LinkedIn friends, connections chained up, right? You guys are all connected up. If not, I'll find out. I'll figure it out anyway. But no, yeah. So it's important because then weird people like me scan through, looking for profiles of people that they want to hire. So right now, I'll put it this way. So I'm connected to alum. Quite honestly, folks that are working in industry and development probably don't live on LinkedIn like Joel or other recruiters and other people like that. Just like, unless they're looking for positions, would you say? Like most of the time, unless someone's like, I'll make some changes, maybe they're looking to make some other changes. But for the most part, once they're in industry, they probably check it once or twice a week. So more importantly is that you build your connections, you show off what you have to people that are looking to hire, right? Anyone within HR. So I didn't mean to go into so much detail, but it's his fault. I know you guys are probably, gosh, it's going to be so much. If you want more detail for LinkedIn, all that fun, come pick on me. But more importantly, again, October 22nd is the career fair, 3 to 5 p.m. But the earlier you can get and be prepared here on campus, the better, because the pictures are happening at 1 o'clock, right? This is good. So we're going to send out an email, just letting you guys know what companies are here. For you guys, probably won't ask more importantly, okay, does it make sense for me to come? Which company for us, right? This time. So officially right now we have 4 game companies. Doesn't sound like a lot, but outside of those 4, we have one mega company you guys probably have heard of. They touch a lot, and this time, we've had it before I give them away. This time they're going to bring more reps from multiple departments, and we're already communicating with some other departments that work within game, believe it or not. So you guys probably heard of Intel, right? Oh, right. Never heard of it. Right, yeah, it's like that company. The original microprocessor creation, yada yada, tell me and stuff goes over my head. Yeah, that company will be here during the career fair. It's gonna be fun. I know Ben himself has partnered up with a fellow Brad, right? Brad Hill. He works within Intel. He works many of the indie hackathons and things. And he has bits and pieces with the software that they have in that. I know there's certain things more entrepreneurial sided that Intel wants to do with you guys. So I would say at the very least you want to introduce yourself. And again, with LinkedIn especially, make sure you make that connection, make it happen. So that's really it. So the dates and times. Anybody have any questions? Talk your face off.
Forgot one thing. You should all endorse each other for your skills.
Yes.
Looks really good with your profile.
I love that.
Nugget.
You should endorse Joel for his skills too.
No, I have plenty of endorsements. You don't have to. I appreciate it. Oh, I thank you. But no, seriously, for each other. Seriously, do it. That's one thing. So LinkedIn is interactive resume, and it's like one scroll, right? It's not like a web page, like one of the school web pages. So you don't have to go to different pages over and over again. It's all in one area. I don't know, one page. So it should be where a recruiter can kind of have fun, like, oh, you mentioned this project, oh, you put a hyperlink, let me see, oh, it's a demo of the game, or oh, it's an actual playable build. Things like that. Make it available, make it as easy for them to get each other. But then for yourselves together, endorsements are important because they're going to look at, on there, endorsements basically are to your skills. You guys know already, I'm sure. But yeah, since you guys have been working together, if you've been working with this fine gentleman, and oh, he's been using, Unreal Engine very well, or 3K, or other things that something goes over my head, I don't really know what I'm talking about. Like, give him an endorsement for it, and he should reciprocate it back. That is the neighborly LinkedIn thing to do, because employers do look at both the numbers of endorsements you have per skills, as well as the people that gave you those endorsements. So, thank you. That's very good. Again, I'll back off my soapbox from LinkedIn, but any other questions?
I'm surprised it didn't get shorter.
Yeah, it's when I get taller that come off of it. Yeah, because LinkedIn is so amazing. Like a portal world deal. Other questions? No? It is a little bit for me. Thank you guys, seriously, for listening to me ramble. Seriously, we want this to be the most amazing event, not only for the companies that are looking to come here so they come again, but more importantly for you guys. That's why we do what we do, just so that you guys can have these opportunities. So I say, matter of fact, last thing. Anybody familiar with the passport system during the career fair? Does anybody know what that is? It's fairly new.
No.
Anybody want to get a stat at? Everybody else want to give a status? I can give you like an encyclopedia definition, but
Is it when they kind of give you like a passport? It's like a little piece of paper at the donut desk, and you have to go around and meet with everyone and get them to sign off that you met with them.
yes and no. So yes, it's like now we have it as a card versus like a whole paper, right? Thank you. Actually, so but instead of you having to per se meet with everyone, I know at times I would say if you didn't have the information, it's better to ask and be told no than not. But I will say with this career fair, and actually it's perfect. I'm glad you mentioned this. This career fair, we're actually going to have boards near every entranceway of the career fair where you can actually quickly look and see what type of skill set each company's looking for. So versus just putting a title and like, oh, a bamboo peeler. Like, I don't know, what does that mean for Melt Media? I don't know. So that's why I told them to stop giving us the titles. So we're going to show you guys exactly both skill set and degree, which ones you guys should focus on, so you know which way to go. But for the passport, you want to do that because it is you a chance to be entered into a raffle to receive a prize. And quite shamelessly, it also helps Joel to have a metric, so I understand how many of you guys went through the event and what we should change to have more people come through next time. So thank you. Yeah, that will be at every entranceway as well. You'll take it and pick it up before you start. Companies already know what it is. They'll sign off on it after you finish your conversation with them. And when you're all said and done with all the different companies, you drop it in one of the baskets. So, yeah. Woo. Awesome. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Joel. So actually, he reminded me of what I did want to show today too is the calendar. So as you see, the last day of class is the 18th here. Kind of running out of time a little bit. One couple of things to notice is he mentioned the 22nd is when the career forum or the career fair is. On the 23rd is actually the tech forum. So we will not be able to use this room on that day, unfortunately. I tried to punch somebody, but I couldn't. So instead, we'll just be working out there. We'll probably meet upstairs in the big room like we did once before. Was it last semester? We'll meet up there and we'll kind of organize and do attendance, and then we'll go down and work. They want me to encourage you to come to the tech forum. I want to encourage you to keep working on your game. So you didn't hear that, but go to the tech forum. Now there's some cool game folks in town too, so go check them out, talk to them. That's also a great opportunity to continue the networking and talk to people who are in the industry. And actually, it's really cool that we're doing the games at the same time because you could just have them come walk right out and show them what you're up to, show them the teams and everything like that. The other thing I wanted to make sure is, so this Monday, next week, we do not have class. You guys all know that, right? School is closed. Okay. Normally we don't meet, but I just wanted to remind you. And then finally, so we're done on the 18th. The 4th, we also do not have a session because that's another in-service for us. Yay, in-service. So that means that you're not going to be here. However, yeah.
27th too over there. At the end.
The same?
Yeah.
You're right. No, okay, probably not.
That's 2 weeks.
So that's 2 weeks in a row. And here's the even weirder thing. Okay, so I like to have things planned in advance, and this is not allowing me to do that. So we'll figure this out. I'll keep it open to discussion with you. But so normally we would do the 18th for the green light, right? The pitch, and also the green light celebration, because that's the last day. However, this time, since a lot of you have told me, and I've heard from everybody else that students like to leave early, blah blah blah. So the 18th, the last students won't be here. So I said, okay, fine, we'll do the 11th, which doesn't make me happy because I know this week then won't be very much production, unfortunately. However, now I've been told that there's a possibility. I guess Derek and Bowman and whoever else really liked the green light pitch and presentation and celebration, whatever, last semester, that they want to do it at the same time as in-service. Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out what the heck that means. And I don't know, obviously it means a lot for us as far as production here. I don't know what it means as far as preparing and what we're going to do there and so on and so on. So I don't need to be kind of keeping you up to date on that. But if that happens, yeah, that means you've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then again, you might not even be here weeks before you need to have something for the green light celebration. Yay! So remember how I said that like, we're 1/3 of the way through? We might actually be half of the way through.
So it's not working this summer.
What's that?
It's not working this summer.
No, I want you to have it work. That's my whole thing, right? Because I feel like that celebration is kind of a reason for you guys to keep pushing forward. If that happens here, then I know there's not much reason to keep going for the next 2 weeks. So we have to figure something out, and I really want you guys to feel like you're part of the project and so on. Obviously, there's still grades that are going to happen for attendance and for discussion and for sprint reports and everything else. But yeah, I'll keep you guys up to date on it. If anybody has any ideas or thoughts about that, I'd love to hear them. So again, I want this to be a collaborative kind of course. So yeah, let me know. It's a really weird semester. I don't understand, but we got what we got. So again, no school this Monday, and then the 23rd, the 22nd is the career fair, and the 23rd is the forum. I think the 24th is also the forum. Right? So, anyways, let's do some builder dues. Finally, who wants to go first? Come on down. There's a ton of stuff over.
All right, so first off, we added a little start button down at the bottom of the screen. We also have some of the modes are kind of linked up, sort of. It's a little broken as of now, but so like versus, we'd select our character, we're ready, and this would be the versus arena, and we have hitboxes in it, so we have this stage. There's a little bit of tweaks we need to make, but that's kind of that. And then escape actually quits the game now, so we don't have to alt tab out. And then from there, we also have more AI enemies. So like this. We actually also have an animation on this one, the little hairy spider looking one. So these guys follow you, and then there's a rare chance, I don't think it'll happen, but basically as waves go on, they'll become like more like medium enemies and stuff like that. So those currently aren't appearing. Well, they'll appear at a really low percentage, so I doubt we'll see any, but that's kind of the thing. So it's like the lower the wave, the less chance that a more like difficult enemy will appear. So yeah, this will go up to like 50. So yeah, and then as of now, that'll happen. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna see.
Need a sword.
Yeah.
That's why.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't think any of the medium ones are gonna spawn right now, but that's that. And then the sprite sheet is nearly completed for the player. So like we have quite a few animations. There's like down facing, up facing. There's attacks here, and then the heads are all separate on a whole nother sheet. And then here's all the heads that would go onto each of the bodies. So that we only have 2 sets of animations left to finish, and then we have like the sword animations. So this would be all the different swords, and then we also have a bunch of different props. So I wanted to show those off. These would be just things that we could place into the environment. So we have quite a few. This has been like something that's been worked on for the last couple weeks. So I just thought I would show off some like samples. So it's like the character would have it would have like a little hitbox at the back, so the character could go behind it. And we also have a code that works so that depending on how high the player is, it'll show like them behind or in front of an object. And then I also thought I would show this. This is the one that you just saw in the build, and this is the one that we're actually going to be using. So there's a big jump. This one looks all faded and stuff, and this one looks a lot like nicer in color. So just thought I'd show those off. All right, that's about it for this week's build.
So our big goal, it's going to happen at the end of this week, but I can show a little bit of it. Is we've got all the art and the programming that we need for what we want for Alpha Stage. So by the end of today, we want to have all that brought together and have our 4 areas laid out. I went ahead and gave a bit of an example, throwing in some of the art assets. This is without our background tiles, but I just wanted to give a sense of how the game's going to look. So here you can see we've got, and this, I'm going to go to the video. So we run at 64 frames a second, except on this computer.
Sure.
I just checked that today because I was trying to figure out what was going on. So I just let the video show. So that's how it actually runs, if it's not on this computer. And there's the actual movement that I've been telling you has existed for the past 3 weeks. But yeah, so we've got, you can see we're going through the background of Everest right now. And it's just kind of giving an idea of the scale and how we're going to have everything laid out. So I'll skip forward because Everest is really big. Yeah, there we go. 30 seconds later, we're still going over Everest. But you can see, you know, our movement is in. You can see how the background's going to look. We're going to have big background tiles that we're throwing in. So that'll do a lot of our work for us. Then we just have to place the landmarks in front. So like you'll see when we get down to like the Great Wall of China, wait for it. Everest is really big. Wait for it. Yeah. So you can see how the Great Wall of China looks kind of out of place. Those go right onto our background tiles, so that way it doesn't look like, you know, oh, there's a big rock floating out of nowhere. But that's kind of an example I wanted to show you. Next week you'll be able to see the actual first 4 areas laid out with enemy spawners thrown in and all that. So, next one.
Hey guys, so we have a lot to share this week actually. I spent, Eric with Great War, in case anyone forgot. Anyway, so I spent a good portion of last night making sure that all the levels that are currently being worked on actually made it into the build. So our level select screen is going to look a little bit different. Take a little bit longer to load apparently. This was not a problem earlier.
Telling you, it's not computer.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with this computer. Anyway.
All
Alright, so ignore the terrible stretched text, but yeah. So the level that you guys are all very familiar with as the SOM level is now the test level, because we have an actual SOM level now that is actually based off of the Battle of the Somme. But so yeah, good old test level is here. You know, you just go straight to it, no more informational screen, because there's no actual information that matters, and there's a giant ladder there for some reason. We'll fix that later. And then, as you notice, we've had these 4 levels up. We've had these 4 lists up forever. We actually have Mons and Verdun here now. So if you want to look at Verdun, thanks to Ryan Lowry. It's mostly just terrain for now, but you can see there's a lot of potential coming for a rather snowy Verdun level. Minimap looks really pretty if you look at it. GUI menus up there. There's actually some GUI stuff. Pat, did that get merged or no? Not yet?
That's also like that.
Okay. Next week we'll have some more GUI stuff to show off and I believe planes. Passchendaele's undergoing some changes. Thanks to Jake, the terrain's being a little bit redone, and we have mud now because it was muddy. So we have mud. Let's see what else we have. Somme. Let's see what the Somme actually looked like. So you can see this is very different from the Somme you guys have been used to. Mostly what we're doing right now is getting the terrain work done. There are some assets placed. We're trying to get everything populated relatively soon so we can really focus on getting mechanics implemented. Let's see. Bellawood is a joint project from the 2 Tonys on our team. This is a rather important battle to the Americans and to the Marines. Or not the Marines, the Marines. Yeah, there's a lot more coming. But so yeah, we have, what is it, 7 levels in a test level now. That is more than 3 times the levels we had before. So expect a lot from us for this semester, and we hope to fulfill those expectations. Woo! Yeah. Designers better get to work.
Everything done in 2 weeks.
All right, who's next? Ben? Yeah.
All right, so this week we actually have a few good things to show off. So I think one of them is a new level, so I'll show that at the end. One thing is the cars, which y'all love for some reason, now they stop. So, and also they collide with you. So, but you can't die when you hit them. I know. That's one thing we were worried about. Also, yeah, you go fly. Also, collectible tile items are something that we're looking at doing because I'm going to start hiding different inventory items throughout, so that way you can go dig things up and break them like we were looking at before. Also, the so we have a new level and that, and also the menus are being reworked. I redid a new menu, a new main menu. Also, we are going to be changing the music for that. So the main menu is getting changed. I actually like the theme a lot better. So the sound designer is doing that. Also, he has a new, we are going to be looking to get some more music put in. The farm level is the one that I'll show today. We don't have that in right now, but the sound effects for some reason are taking a while to get done. I don't know why, but so I'm trying to get on that to get them in there so we can hear sounds when you walk around. But the farm, I think, is really, really awesome. So let's look at that too. So the main menu doesn't really work as well yet because I'm going to have to do some fixes on it, but that's the look for that. So we are looking on the main menu to get the options to go into the attic scene where so that we can move around it. We have a 3D character controller that you'll be able to use so that we can see that. Also, we are looking at doing the credits, which I'm going to make myself, the credit screens and the load screens too. So here, this is just an example. So if I go up here and I get the shovel, so you have the different types of tiles that are going to be used. So I'm actually going to go through the level and do some designing on it. So this shouldn't say that, but it does. Well, I went to the notes. Oops.
There's one that works. Left and up.
Left and up.
Way left.
Way left. I know we have a few of them, but I didn't see the one that you was talking about. Where?
Right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. So what I'm going to be doing is placing these in different areas so that we have to explore and find them. They're not going to be obvious like that. Oh, this tile looks out of place. So I actually caused a traffic jam in the middle of town earlier when I was trying to do this. Kind of crazy. I don't know if I'll be able to duplicate it or not. But I stood here, and every car jammed up in the middle of town in one move. So that was pretty cool. I figured we could throw in some honking horns in here and see if we can get them stuck. But if I stand right here long enough, maybe. Now if I stand here. Yeah, get back. Wait a minute. I'm gonna get this guy. Come here. Right here. Stop it. Stop. That is pretty cool. I have to admit that's pretty nice. So, and then down here, I want to show the farm area. This is the brand new farm. This is going to be the beginning level. If you see at the top, you see the corn stalks. Those are actually going to be at its own level. So we have a maze area, a corn maze, that's going to be done in that leads off from this. So that way, we only have this level and then the corn maze level to complete the external levels. So that's what we're looking at doing is completing these and then moving on to the inside levels from there. And then transition into the mirror levels themselves to show you guys that. So if you see here the art stuff, I really like this level a lot. I think it's pretty awesome. So I mean, the look of it, it's really changed a lot. I mean, drastically. So, and then details we're going to put in things like that would add more detail to the actual level itself. So that's to fill in space and things. So the barn area is going to be here, which will lead to that barn level that I showed you guys earlier on. And we have a cat weather vane, which is pretty badass. And we are the animations are going to be getting in. They're going to start being placed in this next week. So we'll have creatures flying around, dogs moving around, animals scurrying. So I think it's going to be pretty awesome to show. Then the transitions going back. Social media, I'm working on that some more. I got a social media manager, but she wasn't able to continue. So I'm going to have to try to find another way to do that, so to try to get that really boosted up. So and earn my good karma. Cool. There we go. Thanks, man. Marlon.
So we've been working more on the build, working out some of the art tools, making sure everything's scaled correctly. And we've got more of the padding tuned up a little bit more. And we're going to start working on making it actually more navigation. We can actually move between rooms, but since we only have these limited textures right now, it's really hard to tell if you're in a different room entirely. So we're going to make more rooms that are unique in their own way and allow you to actually explore the world more. We'll get pretty much be the basics of the mechanics, and then we can start working on the story and everything, getting that implemented. And we've got an inventory system getting worked on. We're gonna work on that more, and we just got to worry about getting the whole loading kick set up. Is there anything else that we're working on?
From what I understand, most of the stuff are being taken care of. Art assets are the biggest thing we're trying to look on this week because differentiating the two rooms is rather important to deal with. We don't want the player clicking on something and thinking, did I go anywhere? So art is definitely a big thing we'll probably be looking into differentiating the two rooms this week.
Thanks,
Do you have anything to show this week? Just me? Okay.
I'll go.
That's right, you did. That's what I got.
Yeah, cool.
Well, I'm trying to find where I put the PowerPoint forever ago.
Well, just so that everybody knows what's going on.
Yeah, you feel time where
We don't actually have a build this week. We just didn't have enough going on. So for this week, we're actually going to do a presentation for some of the art that we're going to get into the game. I just wanted them to have the opportunity to show this stuff off because this is what they've been working on, and we haven't been able to see it that much. So in a moment, Brandon will be, there we go. And this is Brandon. He's
hi.
art lead for
you don't remember from like week 1
so,
when I got up here.
There you go.
This isn't all the art because I didn't want to like put 4 different sets of turnaround poses into a PowerPoint. I don't think that was important. But, there we go. What, F5? Thank you, whoever just said F5. This is Mortal Coil Week 5 art build. This is Megalo Vampire. It's concept art in the model. The model has changed. It has more detail. It has a normal map, all that kind of cool stuff that was made by Molly, our character artist. This is the ghoul. That's 2 pieces of concept art, one of the turnaround poses and one of like more action, more detailed pose. And the model was actually started. His model was started, I think, last week by Michael. This is the Strix, who's kind of like a vampire owl man. It's really cool. I like him a lot. And this is some of the concept art for his head. His turnaround poses are also being worked on. This is the Inquisitor, being done by Chris, our online student, as the concept art and the model that was recently done. And then our environment art of the church courtyard area. If it looks like it wasn't done in Photoshop, it's because it wasn't. It was done on paper and scanned in. So we have the church. We have some arches and stuff like that. We're going to get that work done in colored and 3D modeled pretty soon. So yeah, that's all the art we've been doing.
You download Claire's video? I will wait without it. Right, I'm Adam. I'm the assistant lead on Oxygen. And this week we had this really cool bug, and I actually think we might keep it because it is kind of terrifying. Hopefully the bug shows up here because it did show up out in the comments. One of the features that did get in is we got pause menu is now implemented. And that's the terrifying bug. Cecily is insanely fast. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think maybe something happened with the AI, but she's kind of terrifying now.
Definitely makes you want to get the stealth, right?
Yeah. We do not have stealth implemented yet, but it is a work in progress. I also noticed that the UI is missing right now too. Yeah, we'll have to look into what happened with that. Maybe it's because when I paused it got rid of it or something. I don't know.
Is your is her like speed variable set to public or?
I do not know. Holy crap! Oh, that's what the new laser's gonna look like. Apparently she's a rocket ship. That is awesome.
This is why we make games.
Yes, that is amazing.
I have no idea how to follow that. Tyler from Hohoken. So we're working on reworking some stuff right now. So we just have a video for you guys of what we presented to our clients last week. This was put together by our DB intern, Darian Marion. I'm sure a lot of you guys know him. He did a lot of really great work for us this week with getting some footage last week from when our clients sat down with us with the Oculus Rift. And this is just a video that he put together of what we have done so far.
I need to turn on. There's nothing after this.
Justin, do you have your flash drive? This is the video they put together last night. Worked last night, right? Flash drive. as close everybody's ears off. I'm sorry.
Try a different video player.
Yeah. Everybody feels it.
All right, so this is the view that you got when you walk around first person in the build currently. That's what we just saw. This is the current build that we have. It's the first person for Mesa Grande. So when you come in, this is the Mesa Grande site. It's some base textures for what we have in engine currently.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So here you guys can kind of see that we have a height map and there's some topographical information that we gained from NASA so that it is accurate and that all the topographical information in the map is very accurate and has been imported from NASA. You can walk around, you can go up mountains. South Mountain is imported, and all of the rivers that we have are imported as well, so you can sort of see that here. And you can also walk around the desert. And it's hot in the desert, so there's heat waves. We do have some very base, like grass texturing in right now. You can see that there. It's not just sand. But that's what our village currently looks like. You can kind of walk to the buildings, but you can't go inside of them. Our clients did get to go do this walk around with the VR headset this past week, and they were super into what they saw, and they really liked it. So. And you can see that since all of the Hohokam sites were built on like platform mounds, you can kind of see that the mound is lifted above the base sort of layer. It's a little bit higher than everything else. Yeah, high up like that as well. That's about it. Thanks, guys.
Cool. I think that's it for build reviews. So since we used up a lot of time earlier, why don't you guys go ahead and just get in your groups, start doing your stand-up. And I'll see the leads in here. I'll give you a bit more time, obviously. Take what you need.
What time are we
Be now, right? No, I said now. It would be now, right? Yeah, 15, 30 minutes. I mean, we can do 30, but yeah.
I can do 15. It's fine. I just want to know because I want to talk to them.
Cool.
I can't wait to show that.